Hi, I'm Deb. Come along with me today as I explore Derwent Edge, a millstone grit escarpment above the upper Derwent Valley in the Peak District National Park. A trig point at Back Tor marks the highest point at 538 metres. I also make it to the sub-peak topograph, Lost Lad, standing at 518 metres before heading back in. Good afternoon. Back in the peaks, it's 2 days post Snowdon and I'm off to Derwent Edge, off to find Lost Lad and Back Tor, hopefully. My last experience of being in this neck of the woods, I got completely lost on my bike and went over the handlebars, so hopefully this will be better. We'll check in a bit further up. Just over the brow of this hill, we'll get our first glance at Derwent Reservoir, which lays 10 miles from Sheffield and 10 miles from Glossop. The River Derwent flows first through Howden Reservoir, then through Derwent, before flowing through Lady Bower. Crikey, not seen it that low. Wow. Just gonna have a little look from the top of here because the view is amazing. Oh wow, I can already see. Holy moly. Check this out. So we're going up that way. We've got Kinder Scout over there, I think. And we've got Loose Hill and Back Tor just there. Win Hill, and then Bamford Edge. Amazing, eh? So we've come from Cutthroat Bridge, which is down there. And we're going up this way. The path's generally pretty straightforward, and every now and again it traverses through these little outcroppings and rock formations. If you've got time and you get a chance, it's nice just to stop and have a look at them. They're one of the best places to get great views out over the reservoirs. So it honestly doesn't seem that you can go too far wrong here. God, just see a few people coming over the top of the hill up there. But yeah, it looks fairly tame. I'll have a little climb. That's the old twat nav on. Don't think you can go too far wrong, but I've thought that before. I can get lost in a paper bag. So, but yes, I promised the wife I wouldn't be climbing things and getting near sheer drops, so just need to be careful. But yeah, not far now. You won't be able to see it, but right over there you can see the mist starting to roll in on Kinder Scout in Edale Valley. But coming up here, something called the Coach and Horses Rock Formation, so I'll go and have a goose at that. Still looking bright in some places, so live in hope that we might avoid the rain, but we shall see. The Coach and Horses Rock Formation is a great little cluster of rocks. It's fun to have a bit of a climb over them, and if you can get up onto the top, they provide a great vantage point. It's said that on a clear day you can see as far out as Manchester and maybe even Snowdon. I was going to really windy. I did promise I wasn't going to start jumping up onto things I can't get down off, so I'm going to get down. I can't tell you the difference between just sitting here. I'm still off the ground a fair way, but yeah, sitting here and up there, it's immense. I was nearly getting blown off up there. So seen those three walkers, I've seen one trail runner starting to feel a little bit of rain spitting now. I think there's definitely fog moving in, so I'll go over and get to Lost Lad and Back Tor before that starts coming in too much. But yeah, oh, these rock formations are just amazing. Oh, it's just so peaceful here, or like, you know, you feel so at peace. Such an amazing place. Let's have a bit of a better background, eh? But yeah, it's, oh, never going to get a brush through that again. It's amazing just how mentally it lifts you just being out here. It's every time I drive into Sheffield, I have to turn back this way, every time I drive into Sheffield and I sort of come out the city and start heading towards the sort of wilderness, or if you want to call it that, just smile. Just, you know, as soon as you like literally come out the city, you're on that road, you start seeing the moors, and then you see Win Hill in the background, and it's like, oh, just something lifts, and there's nowhere quite like it. See, my problem is I love an outcropping. Spend that much time fannying about, looking at them, climbing on them, posing on them. I don't get to where I need to be before it starts fucking pissing down. So I'm resisting all urges. I'll be coming back this way anyway, so I'll have a look. Resisting all urges to go and climb on stuff because it's getting wet as well. Until I've been to Lost Lad, yeah, Lost Lad and Back Tor, and then I can have a bit more of a mooch on my way back when I know that I'm on my way back. And the other thing, and I know what you're going to say, I need some gaiters, man. I was tired of getting stones and sand in my shoes. When it's dry, this path's really sandy and rocky, and constantly got bloody bits in my shoes. And well, I'm not the sort of style over substance kind of person, as you can probably tell, so I'm not really bothered what I look like. I just need to not be having these stones in my shoes. Look at this. Views are going a little bit, visibility's dropping, but yeah. I keep getting to these big crops of stones and thinking, here we are. No, we're not. So I just need to push on. Twatnav says I've got about 20 minutes to walk before I'm there. So let's crack on. Even though the weather was turning a bit biblical and it was blowing an absolute hoolie, it was still a really magical place to be. Every time you crested one hill, you saw another crop of stones up in the distance. It felt like it took no time at all to get to my destination. Finally, I got my first glance of the elusive Back Tor. Can't say I'm not committed, bringing you to see this. There she is up there. Just see how I think a bit of climbing may be required. I did tried to be a bit clever here and use my GoPro balanced on my backpack to get some footage of me up on top and hitting the trig. However, the wind blowing the way it was had other ideas, and you can see that the GoPro starts to sink backwards and I'm barely in the frame. One of the things that you don't get to see because my GoPro fell backwards is my hesitation at trying to get back on that rock. I wasn't planning to cut it together to make myself look a bit braver than I was, but because it was raining I was starting to worry that if I jumped and slipped and I was on my own that I'd end up in trouble. So at least looking at this footage you can pretend that I was fairly smooth. Whew, man. This might be what you call letting the horse, the cat or whatever it is, shutting the door after the horse has bolted. Get some bloody legs on, see if I can salvage what's left of my socks. Yup. Oh, you don't realise how cold you're getting. I think we'll have the little hat on and all. Tell you what, a bit warmer with those bloody trousers on. Oh, what did I tell you? Not style over substance, but a bit warmer. So in true Deb style, I've missed Lost Lad and gone all the way to Back Tor. I've already walked past it. So I'm using this Ethel's app. So we've been here, we've already walked past there. So at least we've passed it on the path and we're heading back to the car now. That's me done for the day. Soaking, done what I've come to do. Let's get away. I wasn't going the right way at all. I've had to come down there, so I was up there, can't even see it now, Back Tor. I've come from over there somewhere, so I've had to come all the way down here and we're going up there, and I don't know whether you can see it on here or not. It looks like there's a cairn or something at the top of there. I think that might be Back Tor. So if it is, bob up there and then we're back down and then back the way we've come. It's all getting a bit bogfest now. I've got no desire to be ankle deep in bloody sheep piss and whatever else, so yeah, get up. Oh. And off up there. There we are. Made it. The weather's really coming in, so I'm gonna bag this, get the fuck out of Dodge. Right, that's it now. No more filming till we're back in the car. Weather's coming in, I'm going to end up getting lost, so we'll see you soon. You know, on the way up how I was waffling about how cathartic it was and how good it is for your mental health. Piss wet through in a bog. Nah, to be fair, it's warm enough. Fog's not thick enough to become totally disorientated when you're coming through some of these, like some of the rock formations and outcroppings and stuff. It's mostly paved, but going through some of those bits it's not until you get out the other side of it. So if it's really, really foggy, it might just be worth taking a reading on your compass, or if you're following an app or something, just to make sure you're on the right route, because you could probably go off the edge if you got disorientated in the wrong direction. So, but yeah, it's not too bad at the minute. When you get lower down, it thins out, which is probably a given, and then as you start getting higher again, it starts getting a bit thicker, but it's just blowing through, so you get these patches where it's thicker, and then it clears a bit. Feel like I'm in Wizard of Oz. Following the yellow brick road all the way back to Kansas. I walked a lot further out than I thought I had. Dyslexic. Looking at my sat nav and it said 1 point something, and I thought that was miles, and I thought, okay, well, if it's sort of 3 mile out and back, we maybe find something else to do. No, it's 1 point something hours. So it's going to be about an 8 or a 9 mile hike in total. It's not a challenging hike, so that doesn't matter in itself. I'm just going to be piss wet through bloody trench foot in the trotters. And it's a bit old, misty on the views front, so not the most exciting of hikes when the visibility is a bit shit, really. There you go, make these decisions, don't we? Right, push on. So this is where I had my first little climb up, where I had a bit of sitting down and having a chat to you guys. So you can see that's already getting a bit on the misty side. So approaching that one, when I was approaching that one, I thought that might be either a Lost Lad or Back Tor. Little did I know. I don't do stuff like planning in advance and looking at a map at how far I've got to go. That's part of the adventure. It's just finding out as you go. It's alright though, we've got food, got a change of clothes, got time. It's semi-dry. Bit ankle rollery this. And that's it, we're done, we're back along this little path here, just into the lay-by. Well, that's it folks, Derwent Edge, bagging the Lost Lad and Back Tor Ethels. Been after those for a while, so get in the car, get changed, something to eat, and back home. We'll see you next time.